Welcome back to my Mental Health and Crime channel. My name is Huda London. This is the case of the Idaho quadruple murders. May the 4 victims rest in peace. This is for entertainment purpose only. DM and BF are crucial in this case. They both were the surviving roommates. DM witnessed a man with black clothing, a mask, and he had bushy eyebrows. She opened her door thrice. She opened her door once to tell the other roommates to keep their voice down because she thought there was a party going upstairs. Now we've learned that both the surviving roommates were texting each other. It took 8 hours, for whatever reason, for these 2 roommates to make a call to the Sigma fraternity boys and ask them for help because they couldn't open Xana's room. Allegedly, Ethan's body, I believe, was blocking it. Trigger warning. They didn't even think of calling 911 before calling the Sigma fraternity boys. These 2 are students in a university, so I would assume they have the knowledge, they're well educated, and when they saw it was a crime scene, although they were shocked, they didn't call the police first. The reason that bothers me is because when you have a crime scene, it's only the police, law enforcement, forensic teams who go inside the crime scene to find out exactly what happened. Within 8 hours, you can imagine what could have possibly happened. When you speculate, they could have been sleeping in their rooms without any knowledge of what happened, or they could have known exactly what was happening because they were texting each other. That makes me believe that they wasn't in a shock mode. Were they scared of the killer? If that is so, the killer left around 4:25. Why did it take them so long to call it in? By them calling the Sigma Chi fraternity boys and by the Sigma Chi boys being in an active crime scene, it does make us believe that the scene could have been tampered with. In the beginning of the case, the chief said clearly to Fox News Digital when they asked him if the victims' surviving roommates were witness. He said no. He said clearly, I've never said they witnessed, they were just there. So when did they become witness? Because in the beginning, Dylan was supposed to be in the first floor sleeping, and so was BF. 6 weeks later, we were told that DM was upstairs and she witnessed a man with black clothing. This was one of the first clips that came out from Creme News in Idaho. Pay attention closely to when the chief says that they weren't witnesses, the surviving roommates.
Four University of Idaho students, were killed near campus. In the days that followed, the community was left reeling and looking for answers.
And police answered some of those questions we saw right here live during the news at 4 during a news conference yesterday, but there are still so many unknown factors.
In the meantime, students and people in the area say they haven't felt safe. So today, we continue to hear from people on and near the campus.
And News Channel 7's Abby Davis is live in Moscow. We saw you, Abby, at the top of the hour, and you had some updates there for us, right?
That's right, Shira and Doug. Now, the Moscow Police Department just released the Latah County's coroner's official report ruling the cause of death a homicide, murder, and the manner of death as stabbing. So that was some new confirmed information we got within the last 30 minutes. Now, police say they don't have a suspect or suspects, and all of the students I talked with today sounded pretty wary and not super safe on campus. They said that they're all just being extra cautious right now, staying in at night and walking places with their friends, kind of the buddy system right now. Now, Idaho State Police confirmed today they are looking for a knife purchased around town. There is increased campus security right now, and ISP also increased its presence around town. We confirmed there is a behavioral analysis unit of the FBI helping with the case. They're helping create profiles of unknown offenders, offering investigative suggestions and strategies. And here's what we know. Officers responded to a 911 call about an unconscious person Sunday at noon. When they got to the house on King Road near U of I's campus, they found the 4 students dead. Moscow Police Chief James Fry also said 2 roommates were home when it happened, but didn't go so far as to call them witnesses, and says they were not hurt. The murders happened sometime early Sunday morning, but Fry did not say why it took so long for someone to call 911 rather. And he also wouldn't clarify who made the call specifically. Now, I spoke with U of I's Dean of Students, Blaine Eccles, earlier today, and he reminded students to take care of themselves.
We have drop-in counseling available over at our Counseling and Testing Center up on the 3rd floor of Mary Forney Hall. Students can also call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to our main counseling number, which is 208-885-6716, and select option 3 in the evenings or weekends, and they'll definitely connect with someone as well.
Police are keeping information about the attack close to their vests. Chief Fry said multiple times they don't want to give away any information that could compromise their investigation or any upcoming prosecution. Now, just to reiterate, police don't have a suspect or suspects at this time. They also don't have a description, so they're asking community members to stay vigilant, be careful, just kind of what those students were doing earlier. We can see behind me, campus there are still some people. You can see the cars driving by, but people are going home for Thanksgiving break, and we know students are leaving, and they're asking anybody who knows anything to call their tip line. And Shira and Doug, we also learned today that they are planning on releasing an email tip line as well, and that phone responded to a 911 call about an unconscious person Sunday at noon. When they got to the house on King Road near U of I's campus, they found the 4 students dead. Moscow Police Chief James Fry also said 2 roommates were home when it happened, but didn't go so far as to call them witnesses. James Fry also said 2 roommates were home when it happened, but didn't go so far as to call them witnesses.